60 years ago, rural healthcare was certainly different than it is today, very much underserved areas, and Carrollton was one of those. And a group of really concerned citizens got together and formed a committee to look and explore how they could start a hospital. They raised money, and that was matched by what was called Hill Burton at that time. And that group formed a very long-lasting relationship with this community in developing this hospital. After a lot of effort, that group that put the foundation for the hospital together was able to open it successfully in 1961.
I was here involved in the hospital 60 years ago, and I can't even believe it when I think about that. So I was one of the very first candy stripers at the hospital. After college, I came back as an RN, and Mrs. Coe was the director, and she hired me as an RN.
CCMH's greatest accomplishments, first of all, number one, Jack Tyndall developed a very good program with the finances in order to allow us to have finances to use later on.
I think probably my best memories are with Jack Tyndall, my first CEO. We loved each other, we're great friends.
Jerry Dover took this hospital into a more aesthetic way of thinking.
With a master plan of bringing in independent living and a senior center, as well as a fitness area, Jerry was able to see that plan come to fruition, and we'll be forever grateful for his vision in trying to move this area into more of a hospital campus and healthcare campus. Anyone can drive by and see the improvements that have been made in brick and mortar accomplishments, but I think everyone knows that's come through the doors, it's the people within the buildings that are the biggest accomplishments. The staff, employees that have been added over the last several decades, services that have been expanded, you leave here with feeling that people cared about your care, and that makes all the difference in the world.
Jeff Tyndall took us into a realm where we expanded our outpatient clinics, we built on a new outpatient building, we entered into the area of the electronic medical record, and also just continued to encourage development of programs that benefited this hospital.
I look back at where we were and where we could have been had we not been bold enough and our board not been courageous enough to build the building that we have sitting on the south side of our campus. That $16 million building has been a life-changing event for many patients, but certainly the life of this hospital. As many as 850 people a year were going to communities around us to get a day surgical procedure. Now well over 1,000 people a year are getting those procedures here and additional services that we can now offer. And that to me is what rural healthcare ought to be about. Staying at home, getting services at home, and recovering at home.
What makes us really, really special are the wonderful, wonderful people that work here. They're all very, very competent. They love what they're doing, and they treat everybody like it's gold.
I went to the school here in town, and I started teaching a class called Health Occupations. I had a lot of students there, and now they're here working, including two of the doctors. I'm just very proud of all of them.
You could walk down the hallways and just point to so many people that stand out that have touched your life. I think CCMH is important to this community because all the offerings that they have on the table. And now that we have an established healthcare campus, I think the next 60 years are endless to what maybe we could do for this area and this community.
The key to a vision is setting it out there far enough that it challenges you to keep moving forward each and every day. And when you feel like you've accomplished that vision, move the target out further so that we can constantly be looking for ways to improve healthcare for the citizens of this community.